Paisley, or Paige, as her friends call her, recounts the story of how she comes to own her ranch in Montana. While very young, she loses her parents in an accident, which forces her to grow up with cousins, and also spend her holidays with her grandpa in Montana. There, she meets her first true love, Josh, and with his brother Sam, they become a close-knit small group of friends. Fast forward to the present day, Paisley quits her job after her grandpa's death, and moves to Montana to run his ranch, which he wills to her. She has this wonderful idea to host summer camps for kids where they can learn social skills and interact with the horses. But it seems that her plans for the summer holiday might not happen as she receives yet another rejection letter from her proposed sponsors. The next scene shows Josh. He's a successful professional marketer who works in an advertising firm. He's amazing at what he does and has clients swooning over his work and ready to eat off his palms. But there comes a glitch. Somehow his latest designs get into the hands of his firm's competitor, which looks bad for business. With suspicions running being directed at him, his boss Marcus suspends him from work while he tries to straighten things out. It all happens suddenly to Josh. One minute he's basking in the euphoria of being the top marketing executive at work, and the next minute he is suspected of committing work theft and even gets suspended. To make matters worse, his longtime girlfriend and co-worker, Bree, also suspects him of committing the crime. She scoffs at Josh's idea to meet her family now that he has some time on his hands. She calls him unemployed and tells him that she could never introduce him to them now that he is out of a job. She asks for a break between them until things get ironed out at his job. Josh stares at her in surprise as she walks out of the bar. Dejected at the turn of events in his life, he embarks on a road trip back home to Sun Valley to visit his family. Paisley visits the local cafe in town. Happy once again at the bank's assurance of getting a loan from them, she pastes an ad in the cafe for a ranch hand in preparation for her summer camp. Annabelle and Dot, the owners of the cafe and fond friends of her late grandpa, are a troublesome pair of grandmas, as they tease her about the ad she placed. It seems like it's World Hates Josh Day, as his trendy sports car starts making funny noises. With no service on his phone, she stops at the cafe to borrow a phone to call his brother. Paisley recognizes Josh when he steps into the cafe. She tries to hide her face with her hat, but it's of no use as he notices her when Annabelle calls out her name. Paisley isn't a common name after all. They know themselves and last saw each other when they were 16. It's a big surprise that they cross paths again. They catch up on recent events in their lives. Paisley looks slightly interested in the conversation. Annabelle, already flexing her matchmaking muscles, supplies Josh with more information about Paisley than she would prefer. When he goes to the back to make his call, Annabelle and Dot surround Paisley. They badger her about her non-committal attitude to Josh, but she admits that she has nothing to say to him. Josh finishes his call and announces to the ladies that he seems to be stuck. The roadside assistance is far away and will only be able to come by the next morning. He thinks of calling his brother, but Annabelle stops him, ready to set her matchmaking skills in motion. She hounds Paisley about providing Josh with board and lodging. Paisley tries to deny having any space in her ranch, but Annabelle points at the ranch flyer she pasted earlier, which had promises of a board and free food. Stuck with no other white lie to tell, Paisley grudgingly accepts to host him for the night while she gives the old ladies a side-eye for imposing Josh on her. The ladies are excited to see them leave together, but Paisley returns to hand them Josh's car keys and also gives them a firm scolding for setting her up. She bids them goodbye as they complain about her mule-headedness just like her grandpa. Her good old truck, perfect for lifting hay, surprises Josh. He finds it hard to imagine Paisley in the truck, but she doesn't mind as it gets the necessary work done at the farm. On their way to the ranch, they chit-chat, but Josh does not go into great detail about why he is in town. In no little time, Paisley observes him yawning. It's evident that he is tired after his long journey. He wakes up the next morning to the tweets of birds and moos of cows. It's obvious he is no longer in Denver as his phone still has no cell service. He approaches the main house and has breakfast prepared by Paisley. She informs him that the cell service around there is quite spotty, but she has called reinforcement for his car. Over breakfast, he tells her about the issues he has at work. Paisley believes that he could never commit such a crime. Josh finds it uncanny that Paisley, who he lost contact with for some years, believes that he is innocent, unlike his girlfriend. It shows him the kind of person Bree was all along. Paisley assures him that everything would work out for him. She shows him around the ranch and he is impressed with her idea of helping kids. Paisley gets a call from the car repairer. Josh's car won't be ready for use until the next day. As a good friend, she encourages him to stay with her for one more night rather than hire a car to continue his journey. She takes him to her shed, and they laugh over her pictures from when she was a child. Josh notices that she has been struggling with her logo design. He shows off his design skills as he helps her design a simple logo for her ranch. It's a fun time on the ranch. It's the 6th birthday of one of the kids in their town, and little Princess Anna celebrates it on the ranch. Josh sheds his city boy persona as he takes part in the festivities and has lots of fun. To pay Paisley back for giving him board and shelter, he decides to help revive her non-existing marketing plan for the ranch since she still relies on the traditional ways from her grandpa's time. Paisley is hesitant to agree. She knows that she cannot afford him, but Josh insists. He tells Anna's mom to tag the ranch when she shares pictures of the birthday on social media. She is excited at the idea and promises to send him more pictures of the ranch that she has. Paisley scoffs at Josh's idea to help her on the ranch for a few days. She considers him more of a city boy who has no idea of helping out on the ranch. Josh assures her that he only needs a boot to be ready for his new job. After all, he is still the same Josh from when they were young. When Paisley agrees, they visit a cowboy store and they get the perfect cowboy outfits and shoes for life on the ranch. Back at the ranch, she introduces him to Butch, the horse he will use during his stay on the ranch. As they take a ride around the property, Paisley shows off as Josh struggles to catch up with her on horseback. As they go farther, he receives cell service on his phone and messages start coming in. Apparently, there seems to be a better connection there. He tries to make a call to his boss Marcus, but Butch doesn't have any of it. The horse whinnies and Josh's phone falls to the ground. He loses his balance and falls off the horse while Paisley laughs at him. Embarrassed and hurt, he pleads with her not to mention his fall to anyone. Back at the ranch, Paisley treats his bruised hand. Josh watches as she prepares their dinner. This reminds him of the last time she made him food when they were 16, which, unfortunately, led him to the emergency room. They laugh over the memory. She tells him that she is no longer that person as she has changed over the years. She tells him more about how she left her old cushy life for the ranch, which she believes it's where she is supposed to be. Josh admires her strength. He is envious that he is not making as much impact in the world as she is. Paisley makes him feel better as she assures him that he is doing the same for his coworkers and clients. She advises him not to worry about his work problems, and that everything would work out well for him. In the meantime, he promises to focus on building her a not-so-fancy marketing plan to kick off her ranch. Before he leaves for his quarters, he informs Paisley that she hasn't changed much. This leaves her thinking as she stares at him through the window. Josh gets to speak to his boss, Marcus, and he informs Josh that nothing has been solved yet about the theft case, and he teases Josh about being a cowboy on the ranch. Paisley is disappointed when she visits the bank for her loan appointment and is asked to reschedule her appointment. This puts a delay on her plans as she reschedules for another day. To make matters worse, her car breaks down just as she starts to enjoy the fresh air that billows on her face as she drives her truck. With no other option, she parks it by the road as she trudges home on foot. She is lucky that she meets Sam, Josh's brother, who is on his way to visit his brother at the ranch. They are both happy to see each other as it's been a long time since they met. Sam is curious about the sudden friendship between Josh and Paisley since he knows they broke up after high school, but she insists that they are simply helping each other out. They drive together to the ranch. The two brothers are excited to see each other. They hug each other and tumble to the snow-filled ground, which elicits a laugh from Paisley. She rats out Josh to Sam about his infamous fall from Butch. This starts a snow fight between them. It's obvious from their interactions that the three once shared a very close friendship. They all ride to where Paisley's car is parked. Sam helps kickstart the car and they ride to the mechanics to see Josh's car. They meet the infamous Charlie, who surprisingly is a woman. She informs Josh that the alternator is not available yet and that it might take a bit more time. But Josh is not worried as he has a new job to keep him busy in Montana. He is embarrassed when he learns that Sam's visit is to ensure that Charlie doesn't rip him off. Sam is unapologetic as he informs Charlie that he doesn't need anyone taking advantage of his brother's wealth. Charlie is impressed by Sam's love for his brother. She invites him to watch her fix Parsley's battery while Parsley and Josh stroll out to have coffee as they wait for her car to get fixed. With their coffees in hand, Josh and Parsley have fun as they explore the town. Sam and Charlie also hit it off pretty well in the car shop. Sam watches her work with a spark in his eyes. He is enamored with her and he apologizes for his words earlier. She waves it off as nothing and invites him to hang out with her while they wait for Josh's alternator to arrive within the next few days. He is excited as he promptly agrees to the plan. Parsley organizes a wagon ride on the ranch, which happens to be her grandpa's tradition. She is excited when a woman approaches her to thank her for continuing with the tradition. They take more pictures and Josh, being the best marketing exec, asks her to tag the ranch when she posts the pictures on social media. Josh is excited to be driving in a real wagon in the mountains, very different from what he finds in Denver. Parsley is curious about Josh's feelings for his work in Denver. He admits that he isn't particularly excited about his job, although he likes the help he renders to people. He invites her out on a date. Paisley is curious to know more, but he only tells her to dress warmly. Back at the ranch in his room, he gets busy with the work as he organizes the ranch's website with some of the pictures he has taken. For their date, they go riding in the snow and it's an exhilarating experience for them as they have lots of fun. Josh works out a cross-promotion exercise with the owners of the Snowfield Park and Paisley. It's a win-win for both businesses, as they get to promote each other. Parsley is intrigued by the idea. She is excited at the tons of marketing ideas Josh seems to have under his sleeve for the ranch. She gives him carte blanche permission to do as he deems fit. He takes a photo of the two of them for the website. With smiles on their faces, they continue their fun date. Back at the ranch, Sam confronts Parsley about her outing with Josh. He teases her that she has feelings for him, but Parsley denies it. She reminds him that Josh is at the ranch temporarily and he has his life in Denver, so it wouldn't be sensible to start anything with him. They all hang out later at the local bar with Charlie. They meet Annabelle and Dot, who invite Sam to the cafe anytime for a free bite for his service to the country. Josh and Paisley watch as Charlie and Josh go off to dance. Their favorite song from way back comes up and Josh drags her to the dance floor to dance. Back in their seats and happy for the throwback, Josh confronts the big elephant that has been on his mind. He apologizes to Paisley for not keeping in contact with her after he left for college. He claims that by the time they were through with college, she was already in a relationship, so he didn't bother anymore. She waves it off as nothing but is surprised at Josh's admission that he kept track of her dating status. Embarrassed at his gaffe, he names Sam as the person who supplies him with all the information about her. They are both beaming with smiles when Paisley admits that she also asked about him sometimes in the past. He is curious about her failed engagement, which he learns from you-know-who. Paisley admits that her relationship with her then-fiancé didn't feel right to her, so she had to call the engagement off. Josh concludes that he doesn't like Nick, and this leaves Paisley amused at his faux display of annoyance on her behalf. Sam leads Josh to play some pool. This gives the ladies much-needed time to chit-chat. Charlie comments on the closeness between Josh and Paisley. She is curious and wonders why Paisley never mentions him in their conversations. Paisley tells her that it has been 10 years since they last saw each other. The dance brought back memories from their teenage years and they couldn't just resist. Charlie is satisfied with Paisley's reply. She sounds excited as she gushes about her budding friendship with Sam. She is relieved when Paisley informs her that she never dated Sam, as he has always been more like her brother since they were growing up. Paisley is happy for her friend as she encourages her to give a relationship with Sam a trial. Josh and Sam go to the hardware store to get some tools to fix Paisley's hayride. Josh seems jolted and is reminded of Bree when he finds a lady who looks exactly like her in the store. Sam advises him to call her, perhaps get closure and move on, but Josh informs him that she has been avoiding his calls. With that settled, Josh cheekily teases him to move on with Paisley then. Josh's next stop is at the local jeweler's place. He wants to have a custom-made necklace with the logo he designed for Paisley's ranch on it. Done with his business, he finds Sam shopping for a gift for Charlie. Josh is amused that his brother is getting a gift for a girl he just met. He teases him about it, but Sam retorts that he wouldn't wait for 10 years before he buys things for someone he likes. That's a well-intended jab at Josh. Josh insists that his relationship with Paige is complicated. Josh advises his brother to be careful so he doesn't get hurt, but Sam waves his concern off. Josh gets right to work on marketing the ranch. He takes videos of Paisley teaching Princess Anna how to care for a horse. It's her bank appointment day, but the two brothers who are busy eating her food make fun of the jeans and flannel shirt she wears for the appointment. At their insistence, she changes into corporate pants with a jacket, but she doesn't quit complaining about it as Josh drives her to the bank. Josh stares at her with a smile as he drops her at the bank. He is hopeful that she will get the loan for her project. The receptionist doesn't recognize Paisley in her attire. She is surprised to find her corporately dressed and with pumps on rather than her usual cowgirl attire. Paige is amazed at the effect her outfit makes and she has the boys to thank for it. She is ushered by the boss, Mr. Marshall, into his office for her meeting. She shares with him her plans for the ranch, including hiring a marketing professional. Unfortunately, all these do not matter as Mr. Marshall informs her that the bank wouldn't be able to fund her summer camp. It's a big blow for Paisley, feeling disappointed and frustrated. Mr. Marshall's conviction that she would find some other alternative to make her ranch a success does nothing for her, as she trudges to the car where Josh awaits her. He notices her somber mood and suspects what happened. Paige gets angry as she removes the heels and wears her comfy boots while she vows never to wear heels for any other person. Josh is sorry that she is sad. He watches her as she struggles to contain her emotions as he drives away from the bank at her insistence. The drive home is a quiet one as no one utters a word. When they get to the ranch, Paisley recounts her bank experience to him. He is sympathetic and makes the mistake of telling her that he understands how she feels. This triggers Paisley as she considers Josh to be the type of guy who always gets what he wants while people like her have to fight for everything they want. Josh is defensive as he reminds her of his issue at work, which if not cleared will stop him from getting any other job. Paige is so angry she refers to his work issue as a mere setback that will be fixed in no time soon. She storms out of the truck to the house, leaving Josh as he stares at her retreating figure. He approaches her as she splits wood and throws out a proposal to her. He suggests he loan her the amount for the ranch since she is sure that he will be recalled back at work. Paisley doesn't want to hear him out as she refuses his help to fuel her dream. Josh insists that he only wants to share in her dreams just like other big organizations do. Paisley is uncertain about how she feels about the idea, but Josh convinces her to do something to show off her ranch. He suggests she hosts a fundraiser on the ranch and uses the money to organize her summer camp for kids. He promises to help her with the planning as he throws around a few ideas for the event. Pumped more than ever, Paisley and the boys start work and prepare. They bake and decorate tons of cupcakes which they package, with Sam as the designated cake taster. Charlie joins them and they are an excited bunch. They group themselves into two as they go around the village sharing cupcakes and handing out donation forms for the summer camp. Their idea pays off as they receive tons of donations from people. Josh and Paisley bond over making preparations for a ball and auction event. She is thrilled that her dream is finally happening, all thanks to Josh's genius ideas. At the restaurant, Paisley recounts the numerous donations they have received so far for both the auction event and the camp. Josh insists on contributing, but Paisley doesn't agree. She feels he has done enough already with marketing, as the ranch now has a functional website with tons of pictures and videos to show for it. They FaceTime his mom, Mrs. Lake. She is excited to see Paisley after all the years, and she agrees to attend the ball with her family. The call finally convinces Paisley that her dream is finally happening. She is thrilled and can't wait for D-Day. Josh organizes for the local media to interview them about the event, and the ranch in general to give them more publicity. Paisley has a wonderful time sharing her passion for the ranch and all she seeks to achieve with it. After the interview, they take pictures of both Josh and Paisley. Dare I say they make a striking couple. Paisley starts having cold feet when they sell only 2 tickets to the event, one from Mr. Marshall, who turned down her loan at the bank. Josh calms her down and assures her that they would start promotions for their next event's tickets sooner. They watch a replay of their interview on TV. Josh stares at her with affection as he congratulates her for a job well done. It's great news for them as they find out that the tickets are sold out already. In excitement, they hug and almost kiss, but are interrupted by Sam asking for ice cream. Paisley is embarrassed at what almost happened. She rushes out of the house under the guise of making more logistics for the ball. Sam finds it funny that she ran out of the house, but Paisley insists that she couldn't start anything with Josh when she knows he will be leaving anytime soon. When they get to the cafe, she shares her good news with Annabelle and Dot. They are excited for her. While she steps out to retrieve her notebook from the truck, Sam gives the 2 ladies a situation report on Josh and Paisley's relationship, and they make plans to do something about it. Annabelle is horrified when Paisley informs her that she would be wearing jeans to her ball. She quickly runs inside and brings along a box containing the dress she wore for her engagement 50 years ago. Paisley refuses the gift, but Annabelle insists she takes it. Dot also gives her a hairpin. Overcome by emotions at their kind gesture, Paisley shares a hug with her fairy godmothers, as Sam calls them. At the ranch, Josh and Sam discuss Paisley. Josh clarifies that he doesn't plan on staying back at the ranch because he has his job to consider, but Sam doesn't believe him. Josh's family is the first to arrive at the ranch, and they are happy to see Paisley after so many years. She invites them to a sumptuous meal prepared by Annabelle and Dot while they settle in. The phone rings and Josh goes to answer it. It is his boss, Marcus, and he has some news for him. He informs Josh that they found out that Bree was the one who leaked his designs to their rival company. Josh is shocked and has to take a seat. Marcus shares the good news that their client has agreed to continue working with him. Marcus informs Josh that he is expected back at the office the next day to continue with his projects. Josh doesn't look too happy about this. He informs Marcus that he has an event that his parents drove down to see, so he wouldn't be able to make it to Denver immediately. Marcus promises to make a huge donation to the cause as long as he can make it to the office by the next day. Josh is conflicted, but he finally agrees to the bargain. Paisley comes to call him but finds him deep in thought. She is disappointed when he tells her that he wouldn't be staying for the ball as he has to leave immediately for Denver. Talks of his boss making a huge donation don't make her feel better, as they both agree that they got what they both wanted in the end. With nothing else to be said, she hurries out of the room in almost tears. Josh packs his few things and Sam comes to see him off. He hands Sam the necklace he had customized for Paisley and tells him to give it to her since they already said their goodbyes. He drives off the ranch, leaving behind his heart and home in Bright Star Ranch. Annabelle helps Paisley to get ready for the ball, and as she brushes her hair, she tells Paisley the story of how she missed her chance with her grandfather because of fear. She advises Paisley not to make the same mistake but to follow her heart, which is Josh. It's late when Josh stops to get petrol for his journey to Denver. He finds a fortune cookie sticker that he got from the bar in Denver. It reads, "If you have something good in your life, don't let it go," and he smiles as he remembers the memorable times he spent with Paisley. He takes the advice of the fortune cookie to return to his true love. He contacts his client and invites him out to the ranch to sign the contract. The client is ecstatic at the idea of getting away from the city, and he agrees to his idea. That solved, Josh also contacts his boss, Marcus, and they reach an agreement that will allow him to work from Bright Star Ranch. Back at the ranch, the party is in full swing as guests are having fun. Paisley thanks all the guests for donating to her cause and sharing in her dream. Josh appears at the party. He is all smiles as he finds Paisley dancing with Sam. Sam notices him and sends Paisley his way. She is surprised as she walks into his arms, curious to know why he came back. He admits to her that his place is right beside her and that he was able to convince his boss to allow him to work from Denver. Paisley is excited at the news. She has her favorite ranch hand back. They share a private moment that has Josh and Charlie's eyes fixed on them. Sam announces that Paisley has hit her goal for the night, and the guests erupt in applause, congratulating Paisley for her achievement. The next morning, as they brush down the horses, Josh hands Paisley the necklace he had made for her. She is touched when she sees the Bright Star logo on it, signifying her ranch, and he helps her wear it. She in turn hands him his gift, which now belongs to him since he has decided to remain in Bright Sky Ranch. They share a cute kiss as they ride on their horses, with the Montana sky behind them.